Hey everybody, hope you're doing well today. Question for you. Have you ever regretted how you handled a confrontation or a conversation with someone who was upset at you? Maybe you reacted defensively, maybe you got angry. Have you ever reacted to someone who is angry with you and made the conversation worse? Hey, I've done that. I think we've all done that. But I've got a tip that is a real game changer. This tip is going to change the way you handle being confronted so that you can de-escalate those situations and have productive conversations. Would you like to know what the tip is? Well, stay tuned and I'll give it to you. Welcome to the Turn It Up Marriage Tips and Tools Show. Hi, I'm Coach Kelly, pastor, police chaplain, marriage coach, and author of the book, Turn It Up, How to Have the Lifelong Marriage That You Really Want. Well, when someone is angry at you and they confront you, here's the tip that I want you to get. It's a suggestion that's going to make this conversation much more productive. Here's the tip. Respond, don't react. That is a mantra that I use. That is something I say to myself whenever somebody's upset at me. Respond, don't react, especially if it's my wife. You see, the confrontation could come from your spouse, your husband or your wife, one of your kids, a friend, or maybe even someone who just doesn't like something you did or didn't do. No matter who is angry with you and confronting you, remembering to respond, not react, is a great way to handle the situation. Here's why. Leadership author John Maxwell teaches that we all metaphorically carry two buckets with us. One has gasoline and the other has water. When someone complains or confronts you, when someone's angry at you, which bucket are you going to pour on that fire? When you react, you're pouring gasoline and the fire gets bigger. Instead of a confrontation, you now have a conflagration. But when you respond, you're pouring water on the fire and it often goes out. When you react, here's some possible things that can happen. You get defensive because you feel attacked. You go on the offensive and counterattack. You start fighting back. You start trying to explain or excuse your action, which only makes the person angrier. Your reaction is driven by your emotions. You fail to think about what your words will produce in the other person's emotional condition, and then you even say things and sometimes even do things that you regret later. Will sound familiar? Trust me, I've done all of the above and it usually doesn't work out well. But let me give you a few ideas on how to respond instead of reacting. First one is this: listen and focus on understanding why the person is angry at you. Try to understand how what happened to them is making them feel the way they do. So on the inside, what I'm saying to myself is respond, don't react. Focus on understanding. Understand. So now I'm calming down, I'm listening, and I'm really keying in and focusing so that I can understand what's going on. If you're not sure about what's happened or why they're angry, ask some questions to clarify what their complaint or issue is. Thirdly, though, restate the issue. This is huge. Restate the issue or the problem or the complaint in your own words, and then ask the person if you got it right. So I can see that you're really angry at me because I didn't call when I was going to be late, and I didn't text, and now I'm an hour late and you're worried what happened to me, but I can tell you're also very angry. Is that it? I mean, you ask if you got it right. And if it's not, let them continue to express. Let them continue to explain themselves as to what is making them angry. The fourth thing I want to encourage you to do is be patient and allow the person space and time to vent. This is huge. Just being patient, listening, not getting defensive, even though you are feeling attacked. But instead of defending yourself, instead you're focusing on understanding and just give them that place to vent it out, because maybe there's something else going on. Maybe they're frustrated or angry about something else that's happening in their life that is kind of out of their control. And so they're taking it out on you. You're maybe the collateral damage to their emotional explosion. All right, well, just listen and let them go ahead and vent. Step number 5, or suggestion number 5, is to validate the person's emotional response to what happened. And a way to do that is to say something like, if that happened to me, I'd be angry too. Or, I understand that you're angry, and I probably feel that same way too, if that's what happened to me. That's validation. Number 6, if you crossed the line and did or said something wrong, take responsibility for that and apologize. And I've got another recording that I'd like you to look up, and it's called the 4 R's of a great apology. So you want to apologize. You want to take responsibility. You want to then ask for forgiveness. So check out that other recording. Number 7, then, offer an action plan so that this problem can be prevented in the future. You know what? I'm going to set a reminder. I'm going to remind myself that I need to call or text, or I'm going to do my best not to let this happen again because I am so very, very sorry over what happened. And I've had conversations with my loved ones, my family, that were so intense that I got upset and angry too. But I've learned that rather than reacting in anger, to focus on understanding, validating, and apologizing is going to make a difference. And then I get to think about what happened and what I can do to make sure it doesn't happen again. All right? After this thoughtful evaluation, I create an action plan that's going to help me from doing the same thing. And then I go back to the person, maybe apologize again and say, here's what I'm going to do because I'm very, very sorry. Now, not everyone who is angry at you wants to resolve the issue. For those people, maybe it's best just to walk away and not respond at all. But if you care about having a good relationship with this person, it's wise to repair things. Well, God gives us some great guidance about this in the Bible. He says in James 1:9, "My dear brothers and sisters, take note of this. Everyone should be quick to listen, slow to speak, and slow to become angry." Well, hey, that's it for this episode of the Turn It Up Marriage Tips and Tools Show. If you found this helpful, please like, comment, and if you're watching this on YouTube, hit the subscribe button now so that you can get notified when I post a new episode. Hey, I also want to give you a free digital copy of my book, Turn It Up, How to Have the Lifelong Marriage That You Really Want. In the book, you're going to learn the 5 commitments that every couple needs to make and the 5 skills that every couple needs to learn and use so that you can have a healthy, successful, and lifelong marriage. So to get your free digital copy, just go to turnitup.coach/75. Well, once again, thanks for listening to this. May God bless you and may God bless your marriage. Bye-bye.